Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. First, a little disclaimer before I even get started. I am not a doctor. I cannot diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any illness. I'm just here to share with you guys what has worked in my life and how it could possibly benefit you, but this is really just my own personal life, not a doctor, okay? So if you have a medical emergency or anything like that, please consult a doctor. So let's get down to the fun stuff. Tonight we're going to talk about oils and emotional health. And I felt like this was something that needed to be covered because so many these days there just seems to be a lot of people struggling to maintain their emotional health. And it's a topic we need to talk about because everybody is suffering in silence and you need to break that silence and talk it out. It's hard for some people. A lot of times emotional health issues have a stigma, and we get ashamed of our health and we get ashamed to talk about it and ask for some help, and we don't need to be. There is no need to be ashamed. There's no need to be afraid to speak up and say that you're struggling and you could use a helping hand. So that's why I wanted to do this. I feel like maybe if I step out of the box and tell you a little bit about what I've been dealing with and what's working for me, maybe it'll help someone else do the same. So, according to Gary Young, negative experiences and ideas are recorded in our brains and locked into our memories throughout our lives. These memories range from mild to extreme and have a profound effect on our health and happiness. In order to become who we are intended to be, we must erase these negatives and reprogram our thoughts to make positive ideas our reality. So, do you feel like you're repeating the same issues over and over in your life? And does it appear that life is just a series of events that continue to happen to you and you're not really taking the reins and taking control? Well, inside everyone, there's a desire that we just want to be appreciated. We want to know that we matter and we want to feel like we belong. And in order to fulfill those needs, we need to be able to discuss our feelings and figure out the best way to manage our emotional health. Otherwise, we're just locking it all up. We're creating this dark place inside of us where we need to just unlock that, release that, and learn to grow into who we're meant to be. If what you've been trying doesn't seem to be working, you ever heard of the saying, if you always do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten? Well, I did some research and I found this quote, and I find it pretty on point. This is from Nan Martin from Experience Essential Oils. Our emotional programming and belief systems virtually govern all of our actions in our lives and have a huge effect on our health and well-being. This is particularly true if negative programming is dominating our life or any part of it. Changing our patterns and beliefs is not only the key to unlocking our mental and physical well-being, but also holds the key to creating the life we really want. So, is it time for you to try something new to manage your stress and negative emotions? If you said yes and you feel like that is something you really need to explore, then you've come to the right class to get just an idea of what could be there. But first, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Kayla Best, and I have a mood and anxiety disorder. I was actually diagnosed, this is not a self-diagnosis, I was diagnosed with this a few years ago by a medical professional, and I honestly really wasn't surprised by my diagnosis. If you notice me looking down a lot, I'm reading notes that I typed up because I'm actually pretty nervous about doing this. This is a big thing for me to just step up and talk about this. So I apologize if I'm looking down a lot. I am kind of skimming off my notes just so that I don't get overwhelmed and lose my place. So anyways, back to my background. For years, I struggled with my emotions and finding balance in my life. I would swing from happy and content and just, up in the clouds and nothing could get me down. And in the blink of an eye, I would go to irrational and irritable and angry and just so unhappy. And not just not just a normal cranky woman's mood swings. It was extreme. And I couldn't snap out of it. I would be so angry over the dumbest things. And it was taking a toll on my emotions. It was taking a toll on my mental health. It was taking a toll on my marriage. And it was awful. I would be completely happy and content for weeks, followed by depression and irritability, and that could go from days to weeks to months, and there was never, a distinct pattern. And I never could find the actual trigger or the reason behind it, which made it all very chaotic and, unexplainable. And it was hard to manage because I couldn't find any sort of pattern to it. So after it started causing issues in my marriage, and that further exacerbated my anxiety, which was leading to severe panic attacks, I decided that I needed to do something about it, and I went to see the doctor, and the doctors were like, yeah, you've got a problem. So they put me on medication, and I'm not going to lie to you, yeah, the medications helped, but the side effects were less than desirable. Weight gain, and then trying to lose that weight, which made me, upset, because of course you don't want to gain weight when you're in your early 20s. So that made me upset, and then that would trigger another cycle for me. And then switching medicines all the time to find the right balance, and just the side effects of coming off any of those medications. If you've ever done that, you know what I'm talking about, and it sucks. You get tremors, you get like these electric shocks in your head that you aren't expecting. It's like little zaps that completely throw you, headaches, and just, you name it, and it's probably a side effect, and it really, really sucked. So I went through a couple of years of different medications and found, some that worked, some that didn't, and I finally just had enough. And what really was my breaking point of getting off medication was I decided I wanted to have a child. So I got off all of my medications under a doctor's supervision and decided that was it. I wasn't going back to medications. I was going to find something better. So I was nervous how I was going to handle everything, especially with hormonal changes that were going to affect my mood as well. And I told, my therapist about it, and she was like, you have the tools inside of you to fix this, and you have the tools inside of you to manage it. You just have to dig deep and find it. So I managed things okay while I was pregnant, and then after I had her, I thankfully discovered Young Living. I was breastfeeding, and I did not want to go back on medications. I was starting to struggle a lot with the irrational mood swings and things again, and I did not want that to affect my relationship with my daughter or my relationship with my husband. So I started trying the oils for my anxiety, for my mood in general, and it was life-changing. Sorry, I lost my place for a second. It's been a year now, and I continue to try new oils for emotional health, and I try to order, at least every other month, one new oil that's good for emotional health so I can personally try it and see how it works for me, or give out samples to my friends so that they can try it. And there's not just one single oil that helps me. There are a ton that help me, and I really like that. I like that there isn't, one set oil that I have to keep on me at all times, because if that oil goes out of stock, I want to have a backup plan, and I do. So I recommend that you try a bunch of different oils, because there is no one cure-all oil for everyone with emotional health. It's pretty much experimenting and finding a combo that works for you, a blend that works for you, or just a single oil that works for you. So that's my backstory, and it used to be something that I was scared to talk about. But I've come to realize that so many of us deal with these issues, and telling my story might help someone else. So like I said, that's why I wanted to do this class. So how can the oils help you? This is another quote from Gary Young, who is the founder and CEO of Young Living Essential Oils. Essential oils play an important role in assisting people to move beyond these energetic barriers. Forgive me if I say this wrong, aldehydes and esters esters of certain essential oils are very calming and sedating to the central nervous system, including both sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. These substances allow us to relax, and that's from the Essential Oils Integrative Medicine, I cannot read, Integrative Medical Guide by Gary Young. In her article, Transforming Emotional Patterning and Beliefs Using Therapeutic Essential Oils, Nan Martin says, how can essential oils change subconscious patterning this quickly? Simple, because the chemical constituents of therapeutic grade oils, primarily sesquiterpenes, some of these words are hard, can not only release emotions and patterning on a cellular level stored anywhere in the body, but can also help to re-anchor new healthy patterning on a DNA level. Furthermore, essential oils are the only natural substance that can cross the blood-brain barrier and enter the limbic system or the emotional brain. Aromas elicit an immediate response in our brain where we hold our emotions and memories that are associated with our beliefs. Of our 7 senses, smell is the only one. 7 senses? I apparently did not proofread before I printed this. Of our senses, smell is the only one wired directly to the brain. Emotional oils also hold properties that address all of the emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual components of the body. And for true well-being to exist, we need to address all the components, not just one. So, there are many essential oils that can bring relief for symptoms of emotional health issues, but for tonight, we're only going to discuss a few. First, we're going to talk about Joy. This is Joy, this little bottle, and it's fantastic. If there was just one oil that you needed to try for emotional health, you should try Joy. Joy is an exotic blend with an uplifting overtone that creates magnetic energy and brings joy to the heart. You can wear it as perfume or cologne, and when you do so, it exudes an alluring and irresistible fragrance that inspires romance and togetherness, and it also helps with emotional imbalance. Funny enough, the founder of the company, Gary Young, he suggests spritzing Joy on a man's underwear because it smells pretty girly and flowery, so they may not want to wear it on their skin. And it actually absorbs into the skin 50 times better in the nether regions. So they're going to get all of the properties of Joy without having to smell kind of girly. When diffused, Joy can be refreshing and uplifting. And personally, I like to apply it right over my heart. I feel like that just brightens my day. It takes care of any negative emotions I might be feeling. If I'm feeling down or I have the blues, it just melts those away. And it's pretty much instant. I would say within 5 minutes, this oil can turn my day around. It's a great oil to help anyone that's dealing with grief or emotional imbalance. And the good news is that it does come in the premium starter kit, so it's a really nice oil to have. And that's what it looks like. It's a pink little bottle called Joy. Lavender. Now, a lot of people, you've heard about lavender. You probably know that it's a good oil for helping with sleep and emotions, but let's talk a little bit about it. Lavender is one of the most commonly enjoyed benefits, one of the most commonly enjoyed benefits of lavender is its stress-reducing, tension-relieving, relaxation-inducing properties. Lavender oil is a sedative and helps with emotional health by improving mood and outlook. Lavender is calming and it eases the nerves and feelings of anxiety. Its refreshing aroma removes nerves, exhaustion, and restlessness while also increasing mental activity. One study showed that people taking tests showed a significant decrease in mental stress and anxiety, as well as increased cognitive function when they inhaled lavender oil and rosemary oil before taking an exam. So this is a really nice one to give to your kids or friends and family who are going through finals or midterms throughout the year, any big test, a husband or wife who's got a test to take, especially if they're military, they have to take big tests to advance or to pass different training. So that'd be a good one to give them because it'll help. One of the triggers for stress and anxiety can be a lack of sleep, and lavender can be very, very helpful with that. It helps the mind and body relax at night, which promotes a restful night's sleep. And you can actually just take it and do a drop or two and like rub it on your scalp or put it over your pillows, and or mix it up in a bottle, like a little plastic bottle with water, and just spritz your sheets or your pillow, and you're going to smell that in all night. It helps you turn off your anxious mind. It helps you just relax and let go and fall into a nice deep sleep. And lavender is also in the premium starter kit. So let's move on. Frankincense. Yes, frankincense. You've probably heard about frankincense before, but most people aren't really sure, what it's all about or why it's a beneficial oil. Frankincense is actually pretty cool. It has an organic woody scent that can uplift the mood and has been found to have a balancing and regulating effect in people who suffer from extreme emotions and restlessness. For someone like me who has a mood disorder, this oil has been very, very helpful. I can apply it again over my heart or just to the back of my neck, and it helps regulate my moods. If I'm feeling all over the place, if I'm feeling myself get to a place where I know I need to get a grip on things, I just start using frankincense for a few days and I feel like I'm back on track. Frankincense is a great oil for those who tend to dwell on the past and let those feelings affect their present life and situation. And it can help you break links with debilitating emotions like anger, hurt, and resentment, and allow you to gain a fresh perspective and positive perspective on life. So it's also another oil in the premium starter kit. And by the way, all the oils that I'm telling you about, they're not just for emotional health. They have a lot of other uses. So if you're interested in any of these and you want to know some more about them, feel free to ask me some questions. And I can try to tell you a little bit more about them and what else they can be used for. Stress Away. I love Stress Away. Like, I have 2 bottles of Stress Away. I love Stress Away. I use this one pretty much every day as perfume. It smells like a tropical paradise, and it's very, very uplifting. As the name implies, Stress Away is amazing for releasing tension and stress. I like it because it helps keep my anxiety in check, and it keeps me balanced and level-headed, and it just smells so good. Like, I keep saying that, but it really does smell really good. It's the only oil that Young Living currently offers with vanilla in it, so that's a plus if you like the smell of vanilla. And applying Stress Away to your wrist or the back of your neck is an effective way to ease anxiety. Whatever the situation may be, it's a natural solution that was created to combat the normal stresses that creep into everyday life. And again, it's in the premium starter kit, so that's a win too. Now this next one might be a little surprising because I don't think most people would think of this as, something that would help your emotional health, but it does. It's simple. It's lemon. Yep, lemon. Lemon is a wonderfully refreshing oil that is cold pressed from the rind of a lemon, and lemon oil can help send you into a positive place. The smell of lemon helps improve cognitive performance and mood. With its clean and powerful aroma, it has a significant effect on the mental field. Lemon is powerful in its ability to invite clarity and clear away confusion. It helps one remember feelings of liveliness, happiness, and embrace joy more fully. So if you are feeling down in the dumps, this is a very uplifting oil. It's going to help balance those moods, and it can kind of bring back the kid in you. It brings back sunshine into your life and just helps you perk up, feel better, and get moving again. So if you need a little sunshine in your life, grab you a lemon. Another citrus oil that is really good for emotional health is orange. So this is an oil you may not think of, and it's very uplifting and it helps alleviate anxiety. And I actually found out that in a study by Brazilian scientists, participants spent 5 minutes inhaling one of 3 substances: sweet orange essential oil, tea tree oil, or plain water. Participants then underwent a stressful test while having their vital signs measured. Those who sniffed orange were less anxious throughout the test, and the beneficial effects even lingered after the exam was over. So that's another one. If you have someone who's, dealing with tests or finals, this will be helpful for them to calm their anxiety, calm their nerves. It's very uplifting. It's going to keep them alert and focused. and it just really does help overall mood. So orange. Pretty much any citrus oil is a very good oil for mood and emotional health, believe it or not. This one is one that I got recently. It's one of the newest oils I've tried for my anxiety, and it's called Release. This is a blend, and I really like to diffuse Release. When I do, I can feel the tension and the stress just melting away from my body. I like to add it to Epsom salts for a nice relaxing bath after a day where I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety. It helps my muscles just relax. I can feel myself, starting to unwind and get back to a balanced state. Release is a very effective blend for releasing negative or traumatic memories that are stored on a cellular level. It's an oil that is very useful in releasing anger and other negative emotions. So if you are like me and have a mood disorder where it's not really so much a high and a low, so much as a happiness and then an irritation and anger issue, Release might be a good oil for you to try. And I have found that if I diffuse this throughout my day, I'm much less likely to go off on my husband when he comes home from work, because unfortunately our spouses are usually the ones who take the brunt of our emotional health issues because they're the ones we're around the most, and they end up taking that heat, and that's not fair to them. So I try to get myself balanced before he comes home for the day so that I don't just jump on him and unload all of that onto him. This one is probably one of my favorite oils for emotional health. This is Idaho Blue Spruce. And Corrine Allen, a speaker at the 2014 Grand Convention for Young Living, did a session called Spruce Up Your Outlook. She said that stress is contagious. Cleveland Clinic says just watching someone go through a stressful situation is enough to raise your cortisol level. She talked about how there are two main emotions, love and fear. Love produces oxytocin, and oxytocin helps repair, heal, and restore inside your body. It diminishes pain, it grows neurons, and it increases longevity. Fear produces cortisol, which weakens the immune system, so we're going to get sick faster. It slows healing, so you're going to stay sick longer. It increases pain and blood pressure. So all of those are not what we want. And on top of that, it promotes obesity, because if you're down and out, a lot of times we tend to overeat and go to things that aren't as good for us. You can increase oxytocin by prayer and meditation, exercise. Breastfeeding actually produces oxytocin, natural oxytocin in the body, which is kind of cool. Young Living essential oils, they are able to cross the blood-brain barrier, which synthetic oxytocin cannot do, but Young Living essential oils can. And Idaho Blue Spruce is basically the catch-all oil for all that negative emotion and attitudes, something like anger, agitation, anxiety, argumentative, depression, fear, frustration, mood swings, and that's why I need it. So if that sounds like something that you're dealing with, Idaho Blue Spruce is a really good oil, because it's going to help capture all of that and help you release it. It is one that you want to use, consistently. It's not one that you go to for something like an anxiety attack. It's not, it could help you, get through that, but it's one that just helps you balance your overall emotional health over consistent use. It is the highest known frequency of all of the oils, and Young Living suggests that those who take Idaho Blue Spruce are those who are seeking a break from hectic daily activities, needing to enhance their inner strength, looking to calm the mind and the body. So those are really good oils to try for that. Now, that's just 8 of the oils that Young Living offers that can help those who are struggling with emotional imbalance. There are a lot more, and just to give you an example of the ones that I have, there's Christmas Spirit, Valor, Vetiver, Tangerine, Peace and Calming, Ylang Ylang, Believe, Lime, grapefruit, and my personal favorite, Tranquil, which is a roll-on. And there's also Citrus Fresh, which is in your premium starter kit. And yeah, I covered all the rest of those. Other oils that you can look for besides those are any citrus oils, which are very uplifting, Hope and Harmony, and the ones I just named. So any of those are going to really help. Now, the premium starter kit comes with quite a few of the ones that I talked about tonight. And I think it's a great place to start personally if you don't already have it, because there's plenty of oils to try in there. And if they aren't the ones that you need, then you can, if you have your premium starter kit, you get 24% off of any of the oils off of the retail price. So you can try another oil. There is no one oil for a one-size-fits-all for emotional health. So it may take trying a few different oils to find your perfect fit, and that's okay. But that's why I wanted to start with the premium starter kit, because it came with so many different oils that I could try and see which ones were most beneficial to me. If you are ready to start your oily journey, there are a few ways you can order. Now, I didn't do this class just so you guys would order a starter kit. I did it because I really wanted to share my heart with you and share with you what has worked for me. But I feel like if you have taken the time to watch this, I might as well go ahead and give you the information you need if you want to try this. So bear with me. First, you can order as a retail customer. Retail customers who are people who do not order a kit, so they are not members, and they end up paying 24% more than wholesale members do. Now, if you would like to become a wholesale member, you can purchase the premium starter kit, which includes 11 oils, a diffuser like mine, sample packets, and access to members-only Facebook groups, and the membership, which gives you 24% off of retail price for life. The membership does not mean you have any monthly commitment. It just means you stay active as a Young Living member, and you are able to order at the discounted rate for life as long as you spend $50 on product within a year. So not in a month, as long as you spend $50 on products in a year. So it's really easy to do, especially if you want to try different oils and you're really loving them like I do. Very easy to do. If you're interested in learning more, let me know. I would love to help each and every one of you start your own path to wellness and emotional balance. And I just love sharing my heart with people and how all of this has helped me. So feel free to comment on the questions portion of tonight's event if you have any questions. And I will also post a graphic, so if you are interested in signing up, you can do so. And I will give away a few things, so don't just leave. Make sure you go back to the event page and join me back there so you can get in on some giveaways tonight, okay? Thank you again for joining me, and you guys have a great night and stay peaceful.